Hi, ma'am.
Nagre-review ako eh.
Para mabalikan nyo. Or
Hello? Nagre-review ba kayo? Hi! I heard meron kayong
Bibigyan niyo po
recitation
ba
kay
kami ng
Jibet.
time, ma'am?
Pointers.
Bibigyan niyo po ng
Pointers.
time pang-review para kay Ma'am Jebet.
Hindi. Mag-ready na lang kayo. Nag-usap kami kanina, kaya alam ko na na meron kayong recitation.
Alam niyo din po yung pinagagawa namin, ma'am.
Ano? Sa
Nagmamaka
recitation?
pa na hindi na ituloy recitation.
Anyway, ilan na ba kayo? I-record na lang natin itong video na to para yung iba makasabay. Tapos then, download ko na lang siya, then i-upload ko na lang uli sa MS Teams. So, ayan. Ilan na ba to? Marami-rami na rin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, saktuhin na nating alas 2. Okay. Yeah. So, 1 minute before we start. Let me just share my presentation. Okay. Let's stop.
Ma'am, question. Kasama po ba sa exams yan?
Ayan, yan. Wait, naririnig niyo na ba ako? Oh, sige, question.
Kasama po ba sa exams yan? Yung
Oo,
yung top.
isasama ko siya. Yung sa internal audit natin, ang baka hindi ko isama. Kasi parang ang dami na nating na-discuss doon, baka ma-overwhelm kayo. Ito, isasama ko kasi nakita ko nakadalawang PowerPoint presentation pa lang ako. So, ito pa lang yung pangatlo kung sakasakali para sa business transfer and taxation. Kaya isasama ko to. Pero don't worry, yung exam na ginawa ko ay multiple choice siya, fill in the blanks, tapos ay
May true or false?
Oo, may true or false. Pero madali lang. Basta yung concept lang makuha nyo. Kasi mas madali kasi magsagot pag may choices sa MS Teams Meron lang akong 1 to 10 na na parang meron siyang group of words, pipilian nyo. Tapos kung maaari, kung isusulat nyo yung inyong sagot as isa, kung paano nyo nakikita siya dun sa pagpipilian. Ayun. Pero marireview ko naman siya kung sakali. Ayun lang. Para lang pag-check, automatic siyang magre-read. Ano eh? And then siguro later, ipopost ko yung ating pointers to review. Maya-maya lang ng konti. Ma'am, kailan po ang exam namin sa inyo at what time? So, tinanong ni Reham. So, October, okay lang ba magpo-post ako? Baka yun ay dalawang batch ang gagawin ko. Depende kung depende kung nakabayad na kayo lahat, syempre lahat, pwede na kayo mag-exam. Pero kung hindi pa, parang gagawin ko siyang first batch saka second batch. Tapos mag-a-announce ako kung kailan yung exam. Pwede siguro i-announce ko rin kung ano yung duration ng exam, kung 3 hours ba siya, ganun. Basta magpo-post ako ng instruction. Yes.
Same time po ng subject nyo yung exams?
Oo, kung pwede. Para hindi na tayo makakagulo dun sa iba. Actually, oo, ganun. Sino kasunod nyo after ko? Halimbawa sa BLT, sa Business Transfer and Taxation. O sige, mag-uusap na lang kami.
Ma'am, baka gusto niya madaling araw.
Mag-ano? Mag-ano si Michelle ba yun?
Opo, madaling araw daw po ba kung pwede?
Gusto nyo ba yun? Daling araw. Pwede naman.
Opo, ma'am, malakas po signal.
Pwede kasing i-open ko naman siya eh. I was thinking na i-open ko siya the whole day. Or halimbawa, magkakasunod na 3 days. Kayo na bahalang sumagot kung kailan nyo gusto. Basta magbibigay ako ng instruction. Parang kung kailan kayo... Oo, parang gano'n. Halimbawa, 3 araw ko siyang i-open. Lahat ng nakabayad ng... Basta magpo-post ako ng instruction. Pero hindi siguro yung by hour. Pwede naman kasi 3 days, ganun. Parang kung kailan nyo gusto. Ganun. Kasi kapag naman nasagutan nyo na, hindi nyo na rin yung mababawi, di ba? Pag nasubmit nyo na. Tama ba?
Opo, ma'am.
Oo. Sige, basta magpo-post ako regarding sa exam.
For trying?
For trying. Depende kung yung katulad nung ginawa ko na identification siya. Yes, meron. Makikita ko kung nag-try kayo. Pero so far, wala pa namang competition to eh. Kasi tinitingnan pa lang natin yung concept. Kasi siguro next meeting na yung nito, computation. Kasi wala pa to yung gross estate eh. Hindi pa natin alam eh. Doon sa internal audit, ayun, meron na siyang computation. Bukas, meron na siya. Pero ito, wala pa to. Concept pa lang to. Mag-start na tayo. Para dun sa makapag-record na tayo para dun sa mga hindi nakarating. 16 attendees, not bad. Nakakalahati. So, okay. Ayan. Sandali lang ha. So again, good afternoon everyone. So this is the chapter 2 of our business transfer and taxation. The last time we studied about yung succession and will, kung natatandaan nyo. Yung elements ng succession, decedent, heir, estate. And then we also studied the kind of succession, yung testamentary, intestate, saka mix. So lahat yun makakasama siya sa exam natin. Yung kinds of successor, we have the legatee and the devicee. Sa legatee, siya yung heir ng personal property. Well, yung devicee, siya naman yung heir ng real property or yung mga land. Then we have yung primary compulsory heir and the secondary compulsory heir. So sino ba yung nasa primary? We have the legitimate children, the ascendant or the parents, and then the secondary compulsory yung namang mga illegitimate children. Ayun. And then we have the person authorized to manage the estate, which are the executor and the administrator, depende. So, lahat yan is part ng exam natin. So, chapter 2 is all about, hide natin to, gross estate property relation between spouses. So, importante itong ma-discern natin kasi para ma-identify natin kung ano ba yung isasama natin sa gross estate ng namatay. Okay, let's see. This is our learning objectives. Okay. Identify property relation between spouses, the husband and the wife. Determine the difference between regimes and determine the value of gross estate of spouses in the different regimes. Alam ko, na-touch ko na to last time. Ito kasi yung tinatawag na absolute community property and the conjugal property. Ano ba yung difference niya? Kailan ba nagiging absolute community property at kailan ba nagiging conjugal properties? So, the content of chapter 2, hinati ko siya sa palagay ko 4 ko siya hatiin. Or siguro, 2. Depende kung anong aabutin. Kasi limited lang yung time natin dito Kaya yung pang 1 hour lang ang kinuha ko. We have the content of chapter 2. Ito na yung direction ng ating pag-aaralan. So, we have to differentiate the absolute versus conjugal, which is the system of property relationship. We have the gross estate. Probably we'll study it next week. Hindi na to part ng itong gross estate, addition to gross estate, at exemption to gross estate. This will be part of your midterm exam. Pero yung absolute versus conjugal, it might be part of the prelim exam. Kasi kukunti pa nga yung natatakal natin. Okay, next. System of property relationship. So we have 4 system of property relationship. The absolute community of property, the conjugal partnership of gains, the complete separation of property, and any other regime. So ano ba yung absolute community property? So, where marriage happened after August 3, 1988. So, sabi ko nga nung nakaraan, lahat ng marriage na naganap noong August 3, 1988 or lahat ng marriage na naganap 1988 pataas, lahat yon automatic pag hindi sinabi, walang sinabing rules, absolute community of property. So, it is consists of all the property owned by the spouses at the time of celebration of marriage and all acquired thereafter. So, kung inasal ka ng August 3, eksakto, August 3, 1988. So, ang iyong marriage ay under absolute community of property. So, lahat raw ng property own mo, mula nung kinasal ka hanggang magsama kayo during marriage, lahat daw yon ay magiging pag-aari nyo parehas. So, tingnan natin Ano ba yung excluded sa absolute community? So, excluded from communal property or property acquired during marriage by gratuitous title and its fruits. Ano ba yon? So, pag binigyan ka ng si asawa mo o di si A at si B kinasal noong August 3, 1988. So, pag si A na lalaki, dinonatan siya ng for example, necktie. Necktie talaga. Necktie. So, sa kanya yon. Pero may malinaw na example pa dito. Kaya pala necktie ang nasa isip ko dahil yun ang nakita ko. So, excluded from communal property under absolute community property are property used for personal and exclusive use. So, jewelry is a communal property. So, kung si A at si B ay kinasal noong August 3, 1988, At si B bilang babae, nakatanggap ng regalo na jewelry, sa kanya daw yun. Yun lang yung exception to the rule or excluded dun sa kanilang joint property. O, tapos ang example dito sa lalaki, necktie. Ano ba yun? Mga necktie lang naman to. Okay, next. Ano pa yung mga excluded from communal properties? Properties acquired before the marriage who has legitimate descendant by a former marriage. So, lahat raw ng property ng previous marriage ni lalaki o ni babae sa communal property. So, for example, kinasal sila ng August 3, 1988 nga. So, yung August 2, August 2, pababa, yun daw ay magiging excluded or exclusive property noong mag-asawa. Kung ano yung nung single sila o kung may previous marriage siya, lahat ng property niya during previous marriage, sa kanya yon. Okay, so absolute community of property. So, meron bang nag-chat? Wala naman. Okay, donation of community property by either spouse. So, either spouse may dispose by will his or her interest. Okay, neither may donate without the consent of the other. So, either may donate in moderation without consent for charity or on occasion of family rejoicing and distress. So, tignan muna natin yung first. Sabi, either spouse may dispose by will his or her interest. So, ibig sabihin, si babae o si lalaki, pwede silang mag-donate kung gusto nila. Ikalawa, neither may donate without the consent of the other. So, wala sa kanila ang pwedeng mag-donate na walang consent ng isa. Yun naman ang ibig sabihin nito. Okay? Pangatlo, either may donate in moderation without consent for charity or on occasion of family rejoicing and distress. So, pwede silang dalawa na mag-donate in moderation. In moderation lang, ibig sabihin hindi masyadong malaki. Pwede naman sila by their own discretion, pwede silang mag-donate kung may gusto silang i-donate. Next, ano naman yung conjugal properties? So, conjugal properties where marriage happened before August 3, 1988. Yung word na or yung term na conjugal property talaga sa totoo lang luma na siya. Hindi na siya masyadong ginagamit kasi automatic kasi ay lahat ng kinasal August 3 onwards is na siya, absolute community property na kaagad. Yung conjugal property yung lumang term eh. Consists of all properties acquired during the marriage. So, ano ba yung conjugal property? So, those acquired by honor's title during marriage at the expense of common funds. So, kapag raw si lalaki at si babae ay bumili, o halimbawa, bumili sila ng TV, bumili sila ng bahay, bumili sila ng kotse, kapag common fund ang ginamit pambili doon, yun daw ay conjugal property nila. Ibig sabihin, sama sila doon, magkasama. Next, conjugal property. So, obtained from labor, industry, work of profession of either or both of the spouse. So, salaries, income from business. So, lahat daw ito, kasi pag sa conjugal property, pag si A at si B kinasal, lahat ng property nila magsasama automatic. Including yung salaries and income from their business. Ano pa yung conjugal property? So, deserve fruits during marriage from exclusive properties, share of either spouse from hidden treasure, those acquired through occupation, livestock income, and those acquired by chance. Ano naman yung mga excluded sa conjugal property? That which is brought to marriage as her own. that which is acquired during the marriage by gratuitous title, that which is acquired by right of redemption, or that which is purchased out of the exclusive money of either spouse. So, mag-recap muna tayo. So, what's the difference between absolute community property and conjugal property? Nabanggit ko na to last time. Medyo na-advance nga natin eh. So, under absolute community property, ibig sabihin, pag si A at si B kinasal, okay, si A, yung lahat ng property niya before nung dalaga pa siya, at si B, na bilang lalaki ay na-acquire niya yung mga property niya nung binata pa siya, sa kanya yun. So, pag kinasal na sila, ron lang magkakaroon sila ng joint property. Lahat na na-acquire nila during marriage. Sa conjugal property naman, kapag si A at si B kinasal, so, lahat ng property ko, noong dalaga ako, at lahat ng property niya, nung binata siya, pag kinasal kami, lahat yun, magkakasama. Amin na yun parehas. Meron bang question doon? Okay, wala. So, sige. Last time pa to eh. Ano naman yung complete separation of property? So, both spouses shall bear family expenses in proportion to their income. So, in case of insufficiency to the current market value of their separate property. So, to each spouse shall belong all earnings and fruits due or received during the marriage. Meron bang nag-uusap? Wala naman. So, liabilities to creditors for family expenses shall be solidary. So, may mga part ng complete separation of property. Siguro ito yung mga pumapasok sa itong complete separation of property. Ito yung mga pumapasok sa prenuptial agreement. Okay, I think yung mga example na nag-prenup is Sharon Caneta and Kiko Panghilinan nasa prenuptial agreement. So, nag-prenup sila. So, yung property nila as binata at ang property nila as dalaga. May Okay. So, lahat ng property ni Sharon, ng dalaga siya, at lahat ng property ni Kiko, sa kanayalan yun. Kahit nung kinasal sila, separate yung property nila. So, ito yung tinatawag na complete separation of property. Of property. Ayan. Okay, next. Property regime of unions without marriage. Paano naman yung mga hindi kasal? This one is lives exclusively. Oo nga, may echo nga eh. Bakit kaya? Let's see. Wait lang. Tingnan natin. May echo nga. Bakit? Hello?
Wait lang, ma'am. Naglalala ko yung laptop ko.
Oh, sige. Naririnig ko nga yung echo ko. May echo pa ba?
Wala na po.
Okay na, sige. Meron lang akong... So, tingnan natin uli F5. Oh, sige. Okay. So, paano naman daw kung hindi kasal or walang marriage na naganap pero nagsama sila? So, paano raw yun hahatiin yung mga property nila? Yun daw ay equal share. Ay, nag-e-echo, ano? Wait lang. Nag-e-echo siya.
Meron po.
Nag-e-echo siya. Meron na eh. Wait lang. Yeah. Headset, okay naman. Yan. Hello? Okay. Pag na lang nag-echo ulit. Okay, sige. So, yun daw nagsama ng hindi kasal at nakapundar sila during those union, equal sharing daw sila. So, kung mag-partner sila, equal share sila. So, properties are under co-ownership even in the absence of proof. So, kahit wala raw proof na akin ito, sa kanya ito, basta sama sila. A party who did not participate in the acquisition is deemed to have contributed jointly if his efforts are consisted in the care and maintenance of the family and the household. So kapag raw nagkaroon ng union without marriage, kung halimbawa it is a presumption na kahit wala siyang inambag na pera pero nagsama sila, nakapag-ambag raw siya dun sa maintenance and care noong item. Or kung lupa man yun o bahay man yun, co-ownership pa rin sila. Kasi it is presumptive na inalagaan niya yung property. Okay, neither party can dispose without the consent of the other until the termination of cohabitation. So, ibig sabihin nito, hindi ka pwedeng, kung nagsama sila, si A at si B, nagsama sila without marriage certificate, okay, sila mismo ay hindi sila pwedeng mag-dispose ng mga property or asset nila nang walang consent ng isa. Dapat laging sabay sila. Nag-uusap sila. Okay, next. Property regime in cohabitation of spouses. So, incapacitated to marry. Ano ba 'yon? So, ano ba yung mga reason kung bakit hindi makapagpakasal daw? Una is suffer from legal impediment. Not exclusively living with each other. So, common ownership is limited to those which they have acquired through actual joint contribution. In the absence of proof, shares are equal. So, this is the summary table. So, paano raw kapag no agreement on marriage settlement? Ang date of marriage ay before August 3, 1988. So, ang regime daw na susundin is conjugal partnership of gains. Ngayon naman, ito ay kung wala silang agreement automatic dito ang bagsak. So, on or after August 3, 1988, kapag nagpakasal sila, under yon ng regime na absolute community of property, which means lahat ng ikakasal ngayon onwards hangga't hindi nababago ang batas ngayong taon na to or mula noong August 3, 1988 hanggang up until today at yung mga future, automatic ang regime or marriage settlement nila kung hindi sila nag-usap is absolute community of property. Okay? How about acquisition by gratuitous title or donation or inheritance? So, paano na naman daw kapag ang under conjugal partnership? So, sa principal, before marriage, exclusive yon. So, for example, tingnan natin bumili ng lupa. So, yun yung principal. Principal item. Ang tinutukoy kasi dito ay ay bagay or real property. So, principal. So, yung lupa. Kung yung lupa ay binili nila at tinayuan nila ng bahay at pinarentahan nila, yun ay principal. Principal home nila. So, before marriage, yun ay exclusive. During marriage, magiging siyang exclusive pa rin siya. Yung fruits niya, magiging siyang conjugal. Pati during marriage, conjugal rin siya. Ibig sabihin yung pinagrentahan, magiging siyang shared. Okay? Sa absolute community property naman, before marriage, yung principal ay community. During marriage, exclusive. Fruits naman, community. During marriage, it is exclusive. Ito yung mga dinonate ha. Dinonate. Acquired by gratuitous title, donation, or inheritance. Okay, next. Properties brought into acquired during the marriage. Ito yung acquisition naman. Conjugal partnership, principal. Before marriage, it is exclusive. During marriage, it is conjugal. Sa fruits, before marriage, it is conjugal. During marriage, it is also conjugal. Absolute community property, properties brought before marriage, or it is before marriage, it is community. During community also. And fruits, before marriage, community. During marriage, community. Oh, okay. Okay, that's the end of the slide. Ito'y actually addition lang to sa ating additional lang ito dito sa ating magiging preliminary exam. Hindi ko na siya hinabaan kasi sa totoo lang, yung topic niya ay parang pahabol, ganun. Pahabol na topic lang na dapat supposedly nakasama siya last time pero hindi siya nasama. Ganun. Kaya ako nga siya pinutol na. Kaya sobrang ikli nito Kasi pahabol topic nga lang siya. May question ba kayo sa conjugal properties and absolute community property? May question kayo?
Ano po, ma'am? Ako po, wala.
Sige.
Ako din po.
Oo. Okay, sige. Alam kong excited na kayo mag-review para sa ni Jiben. Sa kanyang
Alam niyo po.
recitation. Pero, pahabol na topic lang talaga to, kaya siya maikli. Kaya lang, kung isasama ko naman yung simula ng gross estate, parang putol naman siya.
Naka-record po ba yung video?
Oo, naka-record. Record ba? Okay. Oo, alam ko naka-record. Oo. Naka-record to. So, I will just post the pointers to review for our preliminary exam room sa GC natin. Tapos itong video na to, i-upload ko na lang doon sa MS Teams. Tapos yun namang PowerPoint presentation is already uploaded doon sa ating messenger. And then, the rules para dun sa exam nyo, I will be posting it dun sa GC natin. Sasabay pa rin naman tayo dun sa pinakang
I-upload ko na lang sa YouTube, ma'am, para dun sa wala. Kawawa talaga.
YouTube? Oo nga Naisip ko na rin yan, kaya lang. Ay, nag-e-echo. Ano ba yan?
Sa akin po YouTube, sorry.
Okay, sige. So, yung October, the exam will be on October 19 to 24. Between that time, basta yung rules and regulation ko, ipopost ko na lang dun sa messenger. It's multiple choice identification, fill in the blanks, and then true or false. Para dito sa business transfer and taxation na natin na subject. Pakakawalan ko na kayo kaagad ha. Kasi and then I will give siguro short quiz lang 1 to 5. Hindi nga ako nakapagbigay nung last time kasi akala ko itong week na to ang exam Sabi ko magiging mabait ako. Kaya lang magbibigay ako ng 1 to 5 lang dito tungkol sa absolute community property tsaka sa conjugal property. Pakakawalan ko na kayo. I'll see you tomorrow for internal audit.
Thank you po.
Okay, sige, sige. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sige. Bye-bye.
Kuya Will, alis ka na dito. Donate. Ano yung do-donate? Ikaw nga maraming sasagot, tapos kami po ang do-donate.